Yo, what's up, guys? It's me, your boy. Some of you know me, some of you don't. Brandon C. Reyes. I am a South Texas native Mexican American. I grew up and was raised here most of my life. I was a collegiate athlete at one point. I traveled to Illinois, the state of Illinois. Um, Studied there for a while. Didn't really finish school. School got real expensive. Politics got real weird. Economy got weird, and kind of got in my feels too, and all that whatnot. Um, but yeah, dude, grinding today, making my own business, just doing what I got to do. I mean, just like everybody else, just another guy working it out, trying to be a streamer. Um, what we're gonna talk about here is like mostly serious stuff. We'll just crack a joke every now and then. I myself, I have my own personal beliefs. I'm a man of God. If I had just had to sum them down shortly, but I'm very, very extra. I would say um, I like to, you know, spice things up again with attitude and all that. Of course, I don't always mean bad to anybody, but hopefully we can find solutions and we can talk about some real issues and get things done, so that eventually as we progress through our lives, we progress to this time in our lives where things seem very different with our government, money, whatnot, nature, climate, whatever we want to talk about. Gaming too. I like games, guys. Can't tell you enough about Call of Duty. How much those developers let me down. That's another story for another day. But yeah, guys, let's check it out. I got a screen share right here. I'm running Riverside FM. I got Facebook, I got YouTube, I got X, Twitter. I'll be having my links out there for a thing. You can call this a podcast, but guys, you can call it a show. You can call it whatever you want. It'll evolve. This is baby steps. This is Cavebaby's first stream today. And you can call me BZ. Um, BZ Rey. Just local 956 guy. We gon' we gonna get through this. We're gonna grow. This channel's gonna grow. Hopefully we can make something out of this. And we're gonna stick to the truth as much as possible. We're gonna stick to We're gonna try and help people. We're gonna try and get people to know things and understand things that just they either can't understand due to biases that they're surrounded by, or they're just not getting that information because they're being blocked somehow by specific medias or outlets that direct only their preferable information. And this often leads to people being misled and making choices in life and having these beliefs out in public that may not necessarily benefit them or be factually true. If you hear any scurrying or anything around, my son is playing with his cat. I'm a happy father, and I love my son very much. Try not to show him too much on the website. We're going to try and keep it professional, as adult as possible. If he ever comes around and see a cat jump out of nowhere, my bad. Sorry, guys. It is what it is. But let's get into it. Let's talk about a few things, and let's get this show on the road. Enough about me. You guys, once these videos are uploaded and whatnot, you can comment, say whatever you want. I don't care. Ask me questions. I'll get back to you eventually. I'm my own man too, man. I work a lot, and I feel in my area there's some things that need to be said, and there's some opposition that need to be stood for. So we're gonna call this anything. Well, if I'm gonna call this anything, let's call it the 956 opposition. We're gonna talk. We're gonna rant. Blah blah blah. I have my opinions. You all have yours. You can call me a conservative Republican type dude. I sometimes have some beliefs that lean into the Democrat side, depending certain things. But you could be completely different. You could be completely blue for all and still have some conservative beliefs. But I'm just trying to establish, a basis here, between you and me. I don't matter. I'm not judging. I'm willing to talk to most people. If you come across as aggressive to me, we can get it. 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 But no, I'm a man of just like chill, play my games, find peace. I prefer a talk, debate, though. Sometimes I learn, and sometimes I'm wrong. I'm wrong about things. I'm not some guy who likes to think he's right. I've come a long way. I used to have very blue democratic beliefs, but as I've grown, as I've seen the states and I've traveled, I've come to learn some things that have shaped my beliefs as a person. And I that today I am who I am. But like I said before, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go through this together. Whether you be a viewer or another creator of your own, we could talk. This Riverside FM seems pretty neat, man. It looks like it's gonna be a really great use for all my needs out here, my streaming needs. Yes. Yeah, I have ADHD. I'm sorry, guys. All right, so let's figure this out. Um, let's see what's going on YouTube and whatnot. Ooh, Jeff. This is not my thing. It's not my thing. I did not open the right one. Oh, but I got this one right here. Benny Johnson, man, unbelievable. So yeah, the southern border is open. Benny, I do follow Benny. He's a great guy. He's a conservative, well, much more seasoned YouTuber, streamer than I am. You should go check out his stuff. He's a wacky artist. He likes to edit his stuff. He makes these funny memes about Trump. I can't get enough about him. But yeah, check out Benny Johnson. Great guy. Always looking for the truth too. Might seem a little crazy, but what are you gonna do? That's Benny. I feel so bad. I mean, California has gotten so bad, dude. Like, you can't. People are going there just to tell you about crime, and then there's like got a 90% chance of them experiencing the crime themselves right there in that moment. Yeah, that's what happened to Benny. I brought that up earlier this week. Guy went to go record the decline of an In-N-Out. It pretty much closed because California's gotten so bad, man. Like I hate to get political, but the left is taken over California, and their policies on crime are absolutely ridiculous. Like, dude, criminal murderers, drug addicts, everything are like just all over the place, and it's completely insane. I always tell my friends down here because South Texas is a very similar. We have a very similar culture to South California along the border, just like them. Mexican American population, just like them. Um, Music and all that. I mean, Mexico's right there across the border, guys. Like, so we're very similar. And one thing I noticed is that the 956, the RGB, happens to vote blue as opposed to the rest of Texas, which is all red. Rest of Texas, they got good going for themselves. Major cities are a different story. Being diverse and all that. Like Austin, for example. Austin. We wish some places were not blue. Fortunately, that is because they're so woke and they're so diverse that they no longer have that population in control. They just have all these other little smaller populations that got together and just took like over the voting process. Or I don't know how it is. There's so many things on the news going around, like fake ballots being cast and dead people's names being used to register to vote. It's very scary. Like let me people don't understand that the way I grew up in social studies, I learned that there was a system, or at least they taught us in school that there was a system that we can depend on. But this system nowadays, man, or the ex-president of the United States is being taken to court, and there's no physical evidence showing that he actually did anything wrong. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, a lot of people are saying that, and it's true. This girl just went and accused this guy of doing something sexually inappropriate to her, and unfortunately they took her word for it without even considering the evidence. Did this actually even happen? Were they in the same place? None of that's even been discussed. The man has not even been allowed his due process, and it's like, what's going on? Like, if they're doing that, you gotta think about it. Like, if they're willing to put a president through a court case, not give him his due process, put gag orders on him because he's telling you, like, hey, man, you're not giving me a fighting chance. Like, he's just honestly trying to say that. Like, hey, man, this judge is crazy. You got to think about how scary that is. Because if they're willing to do it to the ex-president of the United States and we're just regular citizens, you and me, with regular businesses, not we don't have security following us around. We don't have presidential immunities on none of that. Dude, just imagine what they're going to do to you if you cross a line with them. Like, oh, you don't want to follow us no more? You don't want to vote for us no more? You're going to jail. And that's not right to me. That's not justice. When I was younger, I used to make mistakes. I used to do a lot of things, but thank God, I'm not the same person I was back then. Um, I just want to try and help people and get them to know the right thing, so that they don't make similar mistakes to me that I made in the past, or believe similar things that I unfortunately had to believe when they just simply were not true and were not fact. Um, Man, there's so many things I could show you guys. Let me screen share some stuff. Let me just go to my thing real quick. I'll give you a thing. Ooh, God, let me erase these messages. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're gonna test run the screen sharing, guys. We're doing that right now. First thing on here. Ugo, Kitty. You can see you guys in the background. Anyways, before I screen share this to you, let me go. We're gonna start off with a Fosse book, Facebook. Um, Well, I really got nothing on here. Nothing useful. My friends, they don't like to talk about what I talk about. They think I'm a weirdo. I'm not a weirdo, guys. I'm just, I'm just talking about different things. I don't know how to describe it. Ryan Garcia knocks that. Okay, not gonna lie. I didn't think Ryan Garcia was gonna win. I mean, y'all saw the stuff that he was going through, he was going on. Like, I honestly thought he wasn't meant to do it, but he did. I mean, oh man, he put Haney down, knocked him down, put Haney in that stance. Like, this man just ran on me. Haney, yes, he did. I'm not gonna lie, Garcia's fast, but I honestly, I'm not gonna go here and write a Ryan Garcia buzz. I respect the guy, but I didn't think he was gonna win that. It's very, 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 very good. Very good for Ryan. Good kid. Good guy. Oh God! Do not message me right now. Wow. Okay, yeah. You know what? My Facebook is not working for this. Let's go to X. Let's see what's going on over here. Man, what is happening on X? All that panting is my son running around chasing a cat. Amazing. Do you believe that God created the entire universe? From Elon Musk's parody account. Okay. Yes, sir. That's not the real Elon Musk, by the way. That's just a parody account. Some guy pretending to be him that Elon Musk, I guess, allowed to be him. This week was bad for the user. Oh my God. See, let's check out. We're going to do this, guys. We're going to do screen sharing right now. We're going to see. Let me just open this up real quick. Oh, okay. Okay. Ted Cruz is talking right now about the failed impeachment of Mayorkas. Mayorkas is the Homeland Security Authority Administrator for President Joe Biden, the current president in office. There's no doubt about it that a lot of people have died along the border, including our people and their people, being the immigrants. And so it's very sad. But down here where I'm at, the local news, I'm not going to point them out. I'm not going to give them the attention they deserve. But let's just say the mainstream local news down here has tried to normalize crime here as if it's just a part of our community just because we live next to the border. Let me just tell you something. 15 years ago, this was not happening. Like, it was not. Like, things were normal. I mean, people died. You'd have the casual accident of people, crashing and all that. But there is so much murder. Like, it is insane. It's absurd. Like, it's way higher than there, and people are just there, like sitting down on their TVs, on their apps, on their iPhone filters, whatever people do nowadays, that just distract them. And you know, it's hobbies and trends, and then it's news. News is so biased. Like the news could easily say, reporters could easily go and say, like, this person was an illegal immigrant from another country who did this. But if you read these stories, they literally will say, like, go to the articles of people from the 956 who see this. Go to the articles, and they will literally. You read the articles about who committed that, then you'll just see that the way we find out the person usually has three sections to their name. I mean, that's typically how people from Latin America have their name set up. Mexico. That's how we can figure out real quick how they're national. But I mean, some people do it here too, so you can't always go through that method. It's kind of racist. But yeah. So I lost my train of thought. Mayorkas is pretty much behind the open borders. He is a failure. He has not done anything to strengthen our fence. I will, at one point in one of these videos, I'll show you a video. I'll drive over there because we live so close to the border fence. I'll drive over here and I'll show you that piece of dump. I mean, it looks a little bit better now with razor wire, but dude, before that, it was like literally pieces built, and somebody was just like regular fence, and it was like, bro, this is ridiculous. And it was like that for the whole Biden term, and Mayorkas did nothing. He actually opened up the border even more and said even the illegal criminals from other countries can come in here. And it's caused so much crime. That's why you saw the New York cop get beat. That's why you saw that little, they were making such a big deal about that one girl who was young. She was studying to be a pediatrician, I believe, or some type of nurse. And this other illegal criminal went and attempted to sexually assault her, and she defended herself, and therefore he got upset and decided to her. And this is happening way too frequently. And what I hate about my people is they're kind of ignorant to this. Like, it's absurd, but they don't want to talk about this stuff. They just want to act like, oh, well, there's too many people on the earth, or, no. First of all, that's what the globalists want you to believe. They want you to believe there's too many people on the earth. There's plenty of acres all across different continents that still have land that hasn't been claimed. China, biggest freaking offender of them. Another story for another day. But yeah, I mean, don't believe that people were meant to just die and suffer all around you. That's not how I saw and expected things growing up down here in the RGV. It's not, and I'm sorry for you if that's what you think life is supposed to be about, and that it's only gets worse in the future. No, people have choices. People have opportunities to go and vote. They have opportunities to learn from their mistakes. Learn that maybe last year or 4 years ago, the decision they made wasn't exactly the right one, and I am one of those people. I mean, I told you earlier, I used to vote Democrat. Now I don't anymore. I've woken up, I smelled the fresh roses, the truth is out there, and it just doesn't work. These guys, they open up borders, and you're gonna see Mr. Ted Cruz complain right here. I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing the screen in a little bit so you can see what I'm seeing, but let's start off right here. Let's keep going. So this is Fox News with Ted Cruz. Fox is also guilty of having their own bias in news and only telling certain aspects of the news, but for conservatives, they're mostly truthful. If I go to CNN, I go to MSNBC, I'm going to get a completely different narrative. For example, they're going to say that, oh, well, there were some Republicans that also voted with it. And that sometimes is not true. They'll just say it. just because people aren't going to go onto Google and actually look at who's voting for what. And so let's see the actual numbers here. I'm a guy who likes to see the actual numbers, the real statistics. So let's get on Google. But just so you know, Google works with owns YouTube. YouTube's a little biased. Um, Google's friends with Facebook. You know how Mark Zuckerberg is. Went to Congress for violating people's privacy, giving our information, people, well, depending on who you were, the words and stuff you said, to the FBI without your consent. That really did happen. Um, yeah, but it's been somewhat debatable that Google has been not giving out all the information it's supposed to. Like as in conservative articles, conservative answers, conservative websites don't all always come out. They do if you look for them specifically. Like, say, for example, I want to go to, let's use Timcast as an example. I want to go to Timcast's website and I want to subscribe to him, but I don't exactly use Timcast's name. I can just put conservative website I can follow. Timcast is very, he says he's libertarian. I don't know. I feel like the guy is leaning a little bit conservative nowadays. That's just my opinion. Don't come after me. But yeah, let's just say, what Google's going to do is it's not going to throw Tim up there at the very top of my top 3 searches. What it's going to do is it's going to throw The Hill. It's going to throw NPR. And these all have people working them. And this has been proven by allegations and I believe civil disputes as well, civil court cases. We can look into those. But let's open up good old Google for an example. I'll just show you because I'm just talking here. But I got Riverside FM. I can show you this now. So let's just put conservative website popular. Just put keywords, man. I'm a lazy guy. Fox News. Okay, so look, check it out. So Daily Wire, hella conservative, 100% all the way with Israel, everything. Daily Wire, everybody knows this. From TikTok to Facebook to Instagram, everybody has heard of the Ben Shapiro, the Republican, the conservative. This kid. He's not even on the top of this list. You're seeing it. Newsmax, Breitbart, the Gateway Pundit, the New York Post, Guys, the New York Post is in Democrat New York. And I believe the founders of the New York Post were Democrat, or the current CEOs are. I have to go back. No, wait, no. The founders were Jewish, I think, and they're currently disappointed in the current CEOs, their decisions on how they make stories because they're just making nonsense, bunch of random stories. You see New York Post with their random stories. It's getting weird. But you see this Infowars. How is Infowars with Alex Jones, The Blaze with Steven Crowder and Daily Wire, all the guys for being the most conservative are at the very bottom of that list. And New York Post, known for leaking Democrat info, is somehow top 3. Or no, top 4. My bad. I'm bad. Or the Gateway Pundit, Breitbart, and Newsmax. Those guys are not the go-tos. They just have their own specific. They have their own specific donors too. Not all Republican companies and lobbyists are perfect. They sometimes want to control news brands like that, like those top 3 up there. They're not. They're conservative. They're conservative, but they don't play ball like the last 3 down here do. They aren't really out there. With our top men speaking for the conservative fight. It's politically motivated. But there's your example. Google, or this is Bing, Microsoft Bing. I said Google, take me to Google. Actually, Bing was accused as well, but I haven't verified that myself. I'm going to Google. Show me the Google. See, if I had like a live stream audience, y'all would have fucking called me out already. I just said a naughty word. Y'all would have called me out already. I'm like, bro, you're not even using Google. You're like, "Da-da-da." Leave me alone. I'm like running on water and like fruit punch here. Okay, so we're on the Google top conservative sites. Let's see. I have a feeling the Hill is going to come out. The Hill is like in between Democrat and they're kind of like leaning Democrat. Sometimes they like their speakers will like kind of like say some things like, "Well, Biden had a point." Like Biden ain't got no point. That guy got dementia. He don't know nothing. Top conservative sites. Let's see. Bro, no way. No way. Salem Medium Group. I've never heard of these guys. Conservative financial website apps. Okay, see, look, I don't. No offense to Charlie Clerk, he might be a like straight up conservative, but he's not like top dog. Everybody's heard the big names, but you're seeing this, right? Like you ain't seeing no Ben Shapiro, you ain't seeing the Daily Wire, you're not seeing Infowars, you're not seeing them. Like, oh my god, see this list right here? See this list? New York Post at number 2. Are you kidding me? You're crazy. You're crazy. Wow. So yeah, Google's weird. Those top 3 websites, never heard of them. And people who know me, I'm diehard conservative. On YouTube, I've seen following like Daily Wire. I've subscribed to Daily Wire. I follow Timcast. I follow, you know, I got my thing right here. I got my list right here. What am I doing? Benny, Timcast, PBD podcast. Like these are all like the big conservative talk show hosts. And their websites are like top notch for conservatives because they're out there really speaking it. Valuetainment is one of them. Valuetainment's not coming out. Why not Valuetainment, bro? Do you know how popular Valuetainment is right now with Patrick Bet David? The guy's amazing. Like he's phenomenal. I would poop myself if he came to my front door. But yeah, like Stephen Gardner. How the heck is New York Post conservative? That's funny. Charlie Clerk. Robert F. Kennedy is not conservative. Chill out, bro. That dude is an independent. A very dangerous one, I might add. Who are the top conservatives? They put. Okay, let me give you another example of Google just lying, straight up lying. Top conservative Mitch McConnell, when he partially voted in favor of sending our tax money over to Ukraine, which is completely not what us conservatives wanted. Mitch McConnell is one of the top ones. Okay, top conservatives. He's more like an old Republican, like an old school Republican, like one of those Cold War Republicans that have a grudge against Russia. Why is Donald Trump like third, bro? What are you talking about? Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich, President George W. Bush. People ask who are the top conservatives. Politicians, often holders, jurists. Really? What is the popular conservatism group? Let's see. Conservative Party. That's true. It is right libertarian opposed to left wing. Is that what's saying a majority in the House of Commons is no longer turn us away from the path of learning. Yeah, Google's weird sometimes with their answers. Like, where's the Daily Wire? Where's Valuetainment? Where's the real like conservative? The guys who got essentially the people who got banned on like for saying stuff. They're just like propping up pawns. Donald Trump's there, but that's Donald Trump. I mean, you got to put him there. If you don't have him there, then people aren't probably going to believe you. 70 best conservative news websites. Fox News is not the utter best one. They're just like the utterly most biased conservative site. If anything, Breitbart News. I do not watch anything from Breitbart. I hardly go to the Blaze. Hardly. The Daily Caller. That's Daily Wire. Where do they have them at? 5? Have Daily Wire at 5? Crazy. Owen, American, Red State, Newsmax, National Review, VOA News, Judicial Watch. I don't know. They're a little biased too. Looking at what? Twitchy? Washington Times. Okay, no, Washington Times is not conservative at all. That you are lying. But this is what I mean, and these are top articles on Google. My argument still stands. In some sense, Google does kind of mislead people. It doesn't take you to the people who are really talking about these things. Like, where's Vivek Ramaswamy, bro? That guy wants to dismantle the federal government. So don't you think that maybe the federal government would probably want to keep his name off of the Google searches? Because Vivek was very conservative this year. So he should have came up on one of the top politicians, but he didn't. Vivek Ramaswamy. What the heck? Google is rigged. Not completely rigged. You can still depend on Google, but you have to actually dig for your stuff. Like, I know I'm going to find Vivek Ramaswamy if I directly select him. And dude's popular as heck with all of us. People my age, some of the old people too. There he is. There he is. The man of the hour. Mr. Future President, maybe? Man, Vivek. I mean, if you directly search for people, explore more news. Joe Biden, get out of here. Trump, yes. All right, enough screen sharing. I've seen enough here. Or you've seen enough. It's just going to be audio from this point. I ban you from seeing what I see. All right, let's stop it for a moment. Having a good talk here, guys. Now, I know I'm not going to bring up the mainstream local news. They're very biased. Let me give you an example. They only share a specific. If you go to their online Facebook, people who do know who I'm talking about, if you go to their Facebook page and you look at most of their articles, I guarantee you more than 80% of all their articles are from the Texas Tribune. The Texas Tribune claims that they are bipartisan. That is not true. If you read a lot of their articles, you can't be bipartisan if you're constantly attacking the only Republican conservative in your articles. If the narration and if you read these articles, they're clearly attacking Governor Abbott's efforts to close the border, and they are clearly cheering for more peaceful methods that Biden could possibly find. Or, it's their articles are not in support of conservative efforts, and the fact that this news channel locally, which I happen to live in the same freaking area nearby their damn studio, they're just sharing this biased news from Austin, from these biased, rich Austin politicians who know nothing about our struggle, who aren't living anywhere near down here to experience the crime that's being committed, the possible, I don't carry this stuff around for no reason, guys. Like, I don't. Like, this is no joke, man. Like, there could be somebody outside robbing my vehicle right now. And it's ridiculous. Like, it's gotten that bad. And if not that, there's such a high rate of human trafficking and child what's the word I'm looking? Child assaulters. Let's just call them that. You know, people that belong 6 feet under. They belong there. There's just so much of it around, dude. I've even like the other day I saw a lady that was just pulling her ding. These people they're starting to be brainwashed and normalize like crappy living and low standards. Like I saw this lady literally insulting her 3-year-old toddler, calling them a I'm not gonna say it because my boy's over there, but yeah, and she did that in broad daylight at the store. I'm just like, I literally was about to say something. I was about to, what'd you say? I could have sworn you were talking to me because you ain't gonna say that to no kid. You gotta be saying that to some adult. But no, she's talking to him, and then it's ridiculous how some of these people are, man. And they obviously saying like people are so oblivious to what's going around, like the trends and the way people are starting to act. They're normalizing this stuff too much, and we're gonna get to a point where they're just not gonna care when your neighbor gets stabbed, jumped, robbed, or when they break into your house. They take something from you while you're gone. You'll be like, oh well, man, it's happening too much. Hell no, bro. That's not the way things should be. Cops should be keeping the streets safe. There should be an effort, be getting paid more to patrol the streets more, eliminate more crime, hunt down these people, these illegal immigrants that they keep releasing because of their soft on crime policies and the federal government right now dogging the local government to let go of illegal criminals if they get arrested. And hopefully the state troopers catch them because those guys are the only ones. Because I've already been told by Brownsville, Texas, freaking, they're on literally online with their spokeswoman saying that, oh, we don't have enough cops to arrest all these possible murderers crossing the border. And everybody knows it's still happening. I mean, that razor wire is not 100% keeping them out. You still got the whole coast right there to the side. Coast Guard can only see so much coming through. I got friends that are cops. I got friends that are in the military. I got friends that are dealing with things that they shouldn't be dealing with. My military friends, they're getting ready for a possible World War III outbreak because now we have to help our allies because there's multiple enemy countries now being aggravated. And if they get taken over there, they're going to gain more ground. They're going to gain more material. They're going to gain more resources. And eventually they're going to have stable land over there. They're going to grow their masses. They're going to turn their army. Some people are going to betray the allies, join their side in order to survive. And then next thing you know, there's a whole bunch of other guns pointed at us. America, the once number one strongest country in the nation, is falling because people are so I want to be on my phone all the time, or I want to be super high. I want to be, or my religion's the best one. God above all, guys, whatever you believe in. But people want to say that politics is annoying and that it's not something you should talk about, but that's what they want you to think because politics takes over a lot of stuff. It's messed with our economy. It's messing with our armies. It's messing with this border that we have here, the funding. It's messing with our taxes. Dude, we should be getting more money, bro. Why is my rent? Why is my rent almost 3 times as much as my property tax in the city, in the middle of the city, by the way, which should make it even more expensive? How? How is my rent that? And I also still have to pay a separate bill from that. So how? The economy is getting so bad, and the news wants you to think that that's normal. It's really these politicians, mostly Democrats. I'm not gonna lie. There's some bad Republicans out there. The older ones, the ones from back then, Civil War era Republicans, typically, they're sometimes voting with the Democrats just to make a deal and get both satisfy both ends. But they're just taking away money from us at the end of the day. They're just funding Ukraine. Funding Ukraine, bro. Ukraine doesn't stand a chance against Russia. Why are we giving money to them when there are so many NATO countries literally surrounding them that could give them money, who are probably have more money than us already, not in much debt as the US? Why? Like, why are people okay with this stuff? That's not cool. That money could be used for us. You could be getting food stamps with one kid. Some people don't get food stamps because they have to have multiple kids. That's ridiculous. What kind of, why does the left believe that people on the left, representing the left, really are going to save them? They're not. They're saving themselves. It's clear. Mr. Beast came out and exposed some politicians for their stocks. I've heard of that. I heard of that story. Let me see if that's actually true. Was that canon? Canon. Let's delete this. All right. Open this up. Go to Google because Mr. Beast is YouTube famous and YouTube works for Google, so can't hit Mr. Beast stories. Can't delete those. Mr. Beast exposes. Better be nice to that animal. I'm talking to you, Hugo. Politicians in the stock market. And Mr. Beast. Hold up. Give me one moment, guys. I gotta be a nerd right now. I'm doing all this by myself. I think I have Riverside. Makes things a little bit easier. Move this real quick. All right. Exposes. Gotta be more specific. Oh, this was on MSN. You gonna MSN really doesn't lie about their stuff, but I'll share it. I'll share the screen. Oh, thank you. Deleted tweet. Mr. Beast had to delete it because somebody higher up there in Google or Twitter at the time didn't like what he said about Democrats. Let's just call it what it is, guys. It's the left is the Democrats. They don't like us. We're the middle class Americans. They don't like us knowing the truth about them. That's why they're trying really hard in the news to make Mr. Donald Trump look like a very scary man when he's just an orange, kind of old crazy man. But he means well. He's got great policy, and it's good for you. So I'm going to share the screen right now. You're going to see Mr. Beast saying it himself in a deleted post, and then pretty much everybody with evidence, speculation, and putting the pieces together of puzzles, we find out that it's Nancy Pelosi. All right, share screen. People think I'm like crazy when I come out and see this, but no, it's real. Okay, right here. Entire screen. Mr. Beast right here. See that, guys? Right there? Read it and weep. Full screen. It's a little sad that an active member of Congress can cause billions of dollars of stock to shift like this. It is also not absurd that the people that make our laws and know classified information can trade on the public market. The fact that they get intel before the rest of America and are constantly tempted not to make millions off of it, it is just a situation we shouldn't be putting them in and seems stupid to me. I'd be all for paying them more and they not be able to invest or some other solution. There's a point. He's exposing them. And so I'm going to now. How do I make you smart? Technology. What's up? What's your name, brothers?
Now, is that Mr. Beast?
Yeah, it's Mr. Beast.
Why is he so rich?
Because he's a popular YouTuber.
I watch his videos.
I know you do.
How?
Because YouTube makes you listen to them. Oh, look, I backed out now. Speculations have run amok amongst netizens after Mr. Beast deleted a post containing a take on the United States Representative Nancy Pelosi's trading policies. Oh, so it is confirmed.
Daddy. But he does crazy
Delete
stuff.
it? Yeah, because I know I could. I don't need to read the speculation as to why he deleted it. I mean, it's pretty obvious. The guy works for YouTube, and at the time when he posted that on Twitter, I think it was still under control of Twitter's old owner, not Elon Musk. It was owned by the left. You know, a lot of moderators in Twitter were being very biased. They were only deleting right-sided news, conservative type news, and they were only letting the left-side news flourish. And you know, people could easily report cri- right wing criteria as hate speech and this and that. And in some cases, in some other countries, get them arrested with authorities, which is absolutely insane. I mean, unless you are making terroristic threats to like a judge, or to like people on a plane, like that, it's you kind of shouldn't be saying certain things. I get it for freedom of speech, but yeah, sure. Let me stop sharing this real quick.
Guys, you know that Mr. Beast has 250 million subscribers.
Oh, I don't know.
Does he have the most in the world?
Probably. Here you go.
I saw people with 999 million.
I don't know. I'd have to look into that myself, son. All right. I'm going to go back to my video. Love you. Alrighty then. Hello again. So yeah, I mean, if you really want to go look for the truth, you got to be a little bit more detailed on Google. And then the left really is doing these things to us. They don't care about us. They don't care about the normal guy, you and me. So I'm here. That's why I'm making these videos, man. One of the reasons, at least. I'm probably gonna throw in some video games, some entertainment stuff, Like for example, the beef between Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. I've heard about that. Very upsetting. Yeah. I predicted there was going to be a peaceful rap era after Diddy and Jay Z start getting their stuff cleaned up. Old school guys need to go already, new school guys need to come in. That's just how it is. But I really did not expect J. Cole to surrender like that. I feel like he's planning something, being the intellectual he is. But I also feel like Kendrick's a cheating ass motherfucker. No, it's not. No, nothing like that.
And Mr. Beast's name is Jimmy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This guy. Sorry, kids will be kids. um, Lost my train of thought. My train of thought. Every time I see my son. Yeah. So yeah, J. Cole really. I feel like he just because he might be planning something big, like all of a sudden slap it back in the face. You thought I was giving up, type thing. No, something like that maybe might happen, or maybe he just really did give up. And Kendrick, what the heck is going on with you, man? What the hell makes you want to make a man do that? And if you, I mean, I thought it was gonna be like peacefully, competitively fair, and now this is just weird. Dudes are just quitting out of nowhere, like. Okay, I remember the song Fire Squad. That went pretty hard, and you were making the debut to be a pretty big dude on these lyrics, and then you kind of just said F all the fans, F this beef, F this mainstream stuff. I could feel somewhat sort of what J. Cole's coming from. And he didn't want to repeat like an old sin of the hip hop community, I guess, or he didn't want to just be another statistic type thing. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's like, no, I'm gonna do my own thing. People are gonna see what I'm doing, type thing. I don't gotta play this game for because we all know how J. Cole is. He's a little believes in a little few things that my darker skinned brothers like to believe in. Um, and so that kind of makes him feel some type of way about the music industry and the lighter skinned people. This is funny. Having to not say J. Cole is racist is funny. You have to listen to some of his songs, man. I'm not defending him. I'm not defending racism. I don't stand for any form of racism. And I don't have beliefs against certain people of color either. Except for extremist Muslims. There is one group out there you all need to go. I'm a crusader at heart for you people. And you know why. You know what you did. You have no argument, no power here. No power. But yeah, rap game is really weird right now. Quick shout out to my boy Sonny, local rapper in the 956 South Texas. That is SONNII, I think. I'm not gonna look it up right now. I'm lazy as hell, bro. But I called you out. I did it. But yeah, check him out. He's like a local rapper here. He actually works on his stuff. He studios his own stuff. He promotes his own stuff. So you got to give the man some credit for where he's coming from. And then you know how the underground music industry is. It's very hard to come up in places like Houston. Imagine how hard it is to come up in a nobody place, nowhere nobody ever heard of, the RGB place, type place like this. I said place a lot of times. I might as well place myself in a mental facility at this point. Anyways, other than that, yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to come up, and so I hope all my friends out there doing whatever they're doing, making music, whether it be like rap to rock to Mexican bachata, corridos, whatever y'all do, mariachi. I'm always hoping y'all do succeed in that, even if you all are annoying sometimes. What? Dude, that's like your second bully. You want to get sick or what? Go, put that back. You know what's up. Go over there. We'll go. Take it seriously. Just got on a podcast. I want to be a dad. But yeah, I mean, back to the main topic. Local crime is up. You know what? Let me just go and read a page from my dang local news website because these guys love to normalize, the whole not living anymore. Low. Let's see. Wow. I'm getting used to this. It's a brand new laptop, guys. I had to update it because my old one, a Toshiba, was not accepting the latest update anymore. It's a dinosaur. I've had it since the beginning of college. Time for an upgrade. Inspiron 15. What is up? Where am I looking? Where is the search bar? Oh, I'm not an old man, I swear. I hope the cat doesn't attack me. Yeah, I got a cat. I have a pit bull too. My pit bull guards my grandparents' house though. Man. Just gonna read a random article, but people will read it. It's locals. Local border news. Jail staff reported that an inmate identified as Luciano Gutierrez Jr. had fallen from his bunk bed and hit his head at around 9 p.m. Somebody died in prison? Are you. What? Okay. So let me tell you something about Willacy and Cameron County jails. They are kind of weird, corrupt. People get hurt there all the time mysteriously. Inmate attacked at Willacy County Jail. Man, it's crooked, man. Sometimes those guards over there. Hidalgo County got some good dudes working on it. I'm not gonna say every person in Hidalgo County works well. Hidalgo County is right next to Cameron and Willacy County. You got corruption all down here in the local area. It's because everybody votes left down here. If the federal government being left is crooked as hell, what did you expect voting local politicians left, guys? Come on. Don't be gullible just because the left is fighting for Mexicans. The left is fighting for Latinos. Yeah, you all bit that and just sucked it for 4 years. Yeah. Y'all bit that hook, line, and sinker. Y'all took that. I didn't. I knew they didn't fucking give crap. I knew they didn't give a crap about us. A bunch of greedy, rich people, rich politicians. That's all they are. Hydrogen home, a total loss and fire. Okay. God. Go, 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 go. No, new controller. What are you doing to me? Get off my face. Wow. Another thing is like, man, our electrical system down here is also behind. AEP reported outages in FAR. Wow. Driver flees the scene of fatal 3 vehicle crash east of Edinburgh. Dude, this happens like every 3 days, bro. Somebody gets run over, screwed over, and the driver, being a Mexican, either runs to Mexico or just freaking leaves the scene and escapes. These guys don't want to face crime. These are criminals getting drunk, driving, being arrested at some point for just drunk driving, being re-released on the soft on crime policy because Hidalgo County Courthouse with their Democrat judges are very nice to criminals, giving them a lot of chances. I know. All I had to do was hire a real nice judge, and I got some my own little business back when I was being a artard when I was younger. That's another story for another day. Yeah, but dude, how do you just leave after doing that to that many people? Stark County Sheriff says the body was recovered by family members, Mexican side of the river. Missing teen last seen in Stark County found dead on Mexican side of the river. So I know about this. This wasn't like any type of murder. This was actually fishing. Why? What? Or it's just weird, man. But I could understand accidents happen. He was a little teenager. Probably thought he was the shit or something. Man, but no, man. The attorney of a former pastor speaks out following a new allegation of sexual misconduct against the latest on man accused of strangling a dog, and new detail on. Well, that's just other news. Yeah, some crazy dude strangled a dog, and he looked crazy, bro. I'll show you. I'll show you. You know what? I'm going to my face. Actually, no, it was on my story. I don't have it no more. Wow, wow, wow. Looking for another one. Looking for another one. That's Houston. That wasn't here. Wow. That's a big Texas story. Oh, Jacob Luna. That's his name. Animal cruelty, theft, and criminal trespassing. San Juan man confesses strangling dumping dog. Wow. Evidence tampering, impaired corpse. Ouch, buddy. You are not going out for a very long time because of that. That one's going to hurt your record. Man. Okay, so yeah, he's not a repeat offender, but he's obviously not okay in the head. I'm just gonna show you this guy's face. This is his mugshot, and a picture is worth 1,000 words. This is the guy who strangled somebody's dog and then dumped the body in their dumpster. And I have no idea what came over this individual. My opinion is they're possessed by evil, or they're just not mentally there anymore. I'm going to screen share this real quick. Get off my face. You shall not pass. All right. I'm sharing that. You already saw the name. So much for hiding it. I'm an artard. Yeah, there's crooked. I don't like these guys. Yeah, oh, that's a face only a mother would love. Let's stop that. Okay. Yep, I repeat myself a little bit under my breath. I'm weird. check that out. Yeah, that's not good. Why? Why are these people doing this? Why? But the fact that this guy is walking around is it's crazy to me. Agents say they're using their own technology to combat this. Border Patrol agents are encountering new smuggling tactics. I mean, obviously, if you're gonna come up with new ones to combat them, they're just gonna come up with new stuff. Wow. McAllen pastor accused of sexual misconduct with a minor. Cameron County DA investigating. What? What? All the way from there? What the heck? Okay, these guys are very like hiding to me. South Texas farmers are in peril as Rio Grande runs dry again. So yeah, I kind of know a little bit about the story. We had a water supply deal with Mexico, and it kind of like expired, I guess. Like it's no longer valid. And these guys did not prep with Texas. The local politicians did not prep with Texas, the state of Texas, for a new water supply chain to be established down here. And so now we're kind of a little behind, and farmers are feeling it. Yep, not cool. Not cool, guys. Police fugitive of Texas, 10 most wanted list arrested in San Benito. Yeah, a lot of fugitives like to hide around down here in the deep south borderland of Texas, mostly because the border's right there and then, they actually do something, they need to escape right there. And then how easy with President Biden's, hey son, can you lower that down? Hugo, lower it down. All right. And so, yeah, this guy, man, Jose Angel Leal. Don't look too friendly, buddy. I wouldn't hesitate to pull the trigger on you. But yeah, a lot of fugitives like to be caught down here. They like to be hanging around down here, and it's not just the fugitives; the child abusers as well. Yeah, very high concentration of those down here, especially ever since open borders. I wonder why. But what do I know? I'm just a critic. I'm just a critic, according to some people. I don't know anything. I had shared this on my Facebook. A man was arrested after in Cameron County after he attempted to grab a sheriff's deputy gun. What I want to know is how come the sheriff didn't shoot him? I mean, isn't training, dude reaches for your gun. He's trying to off you, bro. You need to off him. Like, I don't understand. They took him into custody. Like, I very professionally took him down, I guess, but still. Noel Ariata Paez. We're not going to call him an illegal, are we? Let's see. I'm just going to go into the article real quick. Let's see if we actually call them what it is. A man was arrested. It's not. They didn't call it what it was. A man was arrested in Cameron County after he attempted to grab a sheriff's deputy gun. Deputies with Cameron County Sheriff's Office responded to a disturbance at a residence at 6,400 block of Tabitha Circle in Brownsville on Tuesday. The sheriff's office said deputies spoke with a woman who said a man she allows to stay on the property and a sofa outside a home arrived intoxicated. The woman said the man identified as 27-year-old Noel Jose Ariata País. That's 4 sections of names. Left. We already know what's going on there. Left prior to the deputies. It's sad. It's sad that this has become so common because I'm not the only one who distinguishes that way. If you go to the comments in a lot of these stories, you'll see people literally saying, "Oh, how many last names does he have?" It's sad. That's how a lot of us Mexican Americans are starting to talk down here because we already know who did it. It's not us going around, not us Mexican American citizens going around doing that stuff. Like we already know who's doing the craziest, most messed up stuff, and we already know who let them here and who isn't caring. And the politicians are just not. Uh, a-holes, a-wipes, all of them. Anyways, Pais arrived at the residence. Sheriff's officer spoke with Pais and showed them a United States immigration document titled Warrant of Arrest. Wow, so he's been running around here this whole time, and why? Because open borders, guys. Why not? Everybody deserves a chance. Everybody deserves a chance to grab the sheriff's gun, I guess. After deploying pepper spray and tasers, deputies were able to detain Pais. That's after he attempted to reach him, after he noticed Pais was under the influence of an unknown drug and tried to place him under arrest. A struggle began. The only reason he failed to not grab the gun was multiple levels of security. I have to get that. If there's one thing we are taking notes from on this sheriff is what kind of holster did he have? What kind of holster did you have, bud? Hey, nobody grabbing my stuff. After deploying pepper spray and the taser, deputies were able to detain Pais. Bro, you should have offed him. That is a psychopath that is going to be released. Or no, this is what's going to happen. So he's going to go into federal. The way the federal system's up right now, they're just going to deport him for what he did. Oh, he get deported, but instantly deport him next door. And then he's going to figure out another way to come back in within the next 7 to 8 months. Either through the coast or through some holes in the razor wire that they've made, because cartels like to use explosives, in case you all didn't know. And everybody knows that down here, unfortunately. Yep. Not cool. That was like 3 days ago. But I remembered seeing that, and it was absurd to me. It was just utterly absurd. CBS 4 News is like not biased. They pretty much show everything, even news that's useless. I try to find a ridiculous article about something. Let me go look. CBS 4 Valley News. Hilarious. I'm not following them. What? San Juan police body camera footage shows night of the arrest. Damn. These guys got it going. These guys got it going. Authorities are looking for the driver and it's the same story read earlier. Power outages, yep, same story earlier. Crazy guy that was smiling. Doesn't look so crazy anymore. Looks kind of sad that he's being in court arraigned. Texas district says it's investigating a substitute teacher who allegedly instructed students to act out a murder during a puppet show. Wow. I knew this was going to catch up to me. Harbinger man with over 400 child P word bestiality charges sentenced. Harbinger, that is about 20 minutes going that way. This guy, I knew this was going to catch up to me. These guys are just all over the place, dude. And it's sick. And I have relatives who still strongly believe in leftist policy and are proudly chanting it in their Facebook and social media. Unbeknownst to these monsters walking around our community because they live somewhere else where it's nicer and safer in their gated communities or their 2-story houses on the hills, surrounded by nothing but real nice Anglo Americans or successful college graduates. Let me go ahead and just vote for this political monster so he can enact policies on a border in another community far away from where I live and not give a crap about what happens to the people over there and the monsters I've unleashed upon them. Yeah, I hope y'all can live with yourselves. Y'all know who you are. I get sick of your crap sometimes, seeing it I'm not gonna lie. If I'm gonna be real for a moment, I get sick of that. Just seeing how proud they are about it. Monsters. Pharmacist sentenced to more than 16 years of enticing a minor to engage in. I'm not going to finish that sentence. You all can finish that in your imagination. Mission man tries to meet up with a minor, greeted by cops instead. Gotta love. Mission PD gets a bad rap for being, a little on the strict side. But when those guys, when those guys get them, man, when they get them good. A mission man was arrested after trying to meet with a 14-year-old girl at a park who was actually an undercover police officer. That fucking sucks. Oh, is that you? Yeah, turn around, handcuffs. Look, this guy's a moron. You know what? This guy deserves to be shown to the world. I'm going to show you this clown. Piece of work. Ridiculous, man. These people are all around us, and he might not even be from the other side or from another country. He could just be a guy who was just influenced to be that way because crime is being normalized down here, guys. It's becoming a very common thing, and we need to stamp out the baddies. You know what I'm saying? So let me just show you this. Okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh yes, yeah. That's what we're working with right now. Ridiculous, man. I'm gonna close that, and then I'm gonna close this. But yeah, nah, local. Probably not. Maybe he was foreign. Sometimes there are guys who were from over there on the other side, and or from other Latin countries, and they could just be like on a visa or something, or they could just be visiting family. Unfortunately, they decided to commit crime while over here. Man is facing charges for allegedly assaulting a mother whose baby was found dead hours later at the center. This could not have happened. Port Isabel. Wow, that is right by where I work near the South Padre Island. That's the city that you pass before South Padre Island, like before you cross the bridge. That's Port Isabel. You're in there. This guy. Wow. Looks like a young dude. Man, no, man. Let's see. Where is he from? I hate to do it to you guys. I hate to sound like racist, but these guys are kind of all looking the same here, the same type of people. Police say they went to a residence. A man. Can you just say illegal immigrant? Just say illegal immigrant. These guys are a little bit guilty of doing this too. We're on CBS Sports News too. They're a little guilty. They don't want to say it too because I think for them it would stir up the trouble. It would make people. It would give more fuel for our argument, us the community, and it would cause more outrage. But it's true. These guys are everywhere. Just because they speak Spanish too, they're just hooking up with locals here, and they're causing murders, dude. They're still criminals. They're not from here. They're not us, bro. Whose baby was found dead hours later at the same rate. Dennis de la Cruz is facing charges of assault, family violence, according to Port Isabel police. Police say that they went to a resident and disturbance no part. A female claimed that she had fallen and needed medical attention. Chief Lopez fallen. Sounds like abuse victim things going on here. Chief Lopez added that the 1-year-old girl was still alive at the time. Wow. These people, man. They don't even care about the children when this stuff is going on, and that just irks me. That just irks me, bro. Like, who cares about this scum? Who cares about you, bro? Like, who's got medical attention right? De la Cruz is not facing charges in connection to the baby's death. Lopez added that an autopsy will be performed Monday. He assaulted her. De la Cruz was arraigned with assault charges and his bond is sent to 1,500. The bonds, dude. This dude committed assault on a woman who was pregnant, and the baby was found. Bro, there's obviously something more going on here. Why are you giving this man a bond of $15,000? That's crazy to me, bro. Welcome to my world. These guys walk around everywhere. That's why I keep this thing close as hell. I get mad, bro. The ignorance of certain people, bro. They don't see what I see, bro. And and I've had friends that have passed away due to similar causes, and I have friends that are involved in combat situations that don't necessarily require them to be. They're in it. They have families too, and some of them do want to be in those situations. I have some really brave friends or some really wild, crazy friends. But these battles today, they're very unnecessary, and they could have all been avoided, in my opinion. The current administration has done a horrible job, and they have influenced local politicians to continue doing horrible jobs locally, and at the expense of our lives, our economy, our finances. I don't need to talk to you guys about how expensive everything's getting. I make decent money, and it's affecting me already. I have multiple sources of income, and I can't even qualify for a little bit of government assistance in the form of food stamps just so I can take the edge off of having to spend hundreds on food monthly. I don't qualify apparently because I make too much money or I don't have enough children. I only have one. Gotta love the system, man. These people, man. You don't get it. You don't get it. You're lost. You go and you keep supporting these people, hoping and praying to your God that, oh, they'll be different this time. Or sometimes it's just Trump derangement syndrome. You don't like the other guy that much. You don't like Trump. You don't want him to win. You hate him that much because of what he said to you and it hurts your feelings. And you're a little B word. To be honest. Like, I didn't give a damn what anybody think, bro. Like, I square up and get it, bro. But at the end of the day, you was wrong. And the fact that these people still go out there confidently supporting these people, it's like you're sowing the seeds of destruction. And you're doing it, you're not doing it happily, but you're doing it spitefully of another individual. Just one man who's going to kick the bucket in a few years, by the way. You have this grudge and you just don't want him to win. It's honestly pretty pathetic. Pretty pathetic. But I digress. Have my own opinions. You are entitled to your own opinions and your own choices, but I just know if we continue down on this path, there won't be much of a community to fight for. We'll be living next to monsters, and we'll just have to be dealing with it. If we lose, we lose. Mother, father dies, brother, sister dies. Unfortunately, due to these monsters that we're allowing to come near us. Oh well. There's too many people on the planet, anyways. That's how these people like to think, man. You're sick, man. People make me sick. Make me sick, man. Shit. You need some God in your life, man. You need some Jesus Christ in your life. But yeah, that's the talk. That's the first stream. Not gonna keep it too long. I hope this is educational for us all. And yeah, it's the first running up. Man, I gotta make a thumbnail now. I won't do any of this stuff. I just want to get high and play Xbox. I'm just like you guys. I live, I have my kinks, have my wants, my goals, my plans. Got my family. No different from you guys. Just trying to get by. And I hope that this journey that we're taking on the 956 opposition, we're the 956 opposition. If you're on my side, we're the 956 opposition because we're going to be speaking out against the things that these people are trying to normalize on us. We're going to be talking about the real issues. We're going to be having our opinions. And we're going to get a little bit more professional. I understand that you saw me, you didn't really see me, like, with suit on and this and that. And, I ain't looking like no damn podcaster. Just being myself, though. I'm trying to be calm about it. I'm not trying to really think about having to be, perfect. It's a first stream. But we'll grow, hopefully. We'll grow. Hopefully, we can turn this into something that actually helps people or informs certain people. It doesn't have to be some big thing. It it's just for local discussion, awareness. People need to come and take something. Need to see something they haven't seen. I won't just get my sources from Google. I'll be getting them from everywhere. There's plenty of conservatives out there on YouTube that we can follow. We could run. I can run their videos in the background. We can just listen to what they have to say. All I have to do is edit the audio afterwards. There would, of course, have to be an upload. Live streaming would be another story through apps and all that. But yeah, it was good to speak to you. If you all see this, hopefully this works well. And this is it.